the scrimmage, I just play him when I'm in it, trying to run it till the ribbon, and they know that I've been tripping when I'm making shit. The vision, man, I put him in the prison with these bars that I've been spitting, and the life that I've been living, I'ma go, I'm on a mission.
Fantastic right hand.
Are you ready? This is going to be carnage. It's going to be utter carnage. We won't get it, but we'll laugh. Fuck it. Right, you ready?
Yep, aye, go for it.
Craig Cameron, Gloves Red, here with the bomb squad. Looking their best. Well, Jordan is. Ross, talk me through your choice of tracksuit today.
I just thought I'd wear my feel good clothes, mate. You know what I mean?
Just trying to show off the door again. Trying to show off the other big
It's a fake on it. I'm going for Turkey, so
Hey, look at that.
First video interview, it's not going to go anywhere, let's be honest. So ahead of both of you are now confirmed to be fighting.
Yep.
Ross, you are fighting on the 24th of May.
Yep.
For the WBC International Silver Light Flyweight title.
Yes.
And it's John Chua you're fighting?
Chua, I think, mate.
Chua, pronounced that wrong. That's a good start.
I don't know, you might pronounce it right, mate. I don't know how to pronounce it. So it could
how did that fight come about? Because I know that there's been chat previously in regards to the European title. So how did this all come about, and what happened with the rumours about fighting Tommy Frank?
We'll start with that one. The rumours about fighting Tommy Frank were just rumours, basically. That was it. So before my last fight with that Stephen Maguire, Sam had phoned us up pretty much a couple of days before and said, listen, there's a possibility of getting Tommy Frank for now the Commonwealth, but it's at Superfly. He's like, I don't really want to take it because obviously we want to go down to light fly rather than Superfly again, but if there's nothing comes at light fly, would you be interested? And I was like, well, aye, if it's a title fight rather than just doing another 6 rounder after this, then of course. But now there's only so many times that you can keep moaning that you're not fighting at the right weight but then continue to take the fights, do you know what I mean? Now, so obviously took the Sonny Edwards fights at Superfly, took the Jay Harris fight at flyweight, do you know what I mean? And I've always been sort of saying to Sam, I want to drop down because I just felt that on the night, mate, when these guys rehydrate, they're just too big, you know what I mean? So this one came again and you're just like, don't really want it, but obviously it's a good title fight, why not? So on the back of that, fought, and then about a week later, Sam came back to us and went, listen, we've got things in the pipeline for light fly, so I'm just going to knock back the Tommy Frank fight. That was it, you know what I mean? They hadn't made an offer, a monetary offer. Now, they hadn't even confirmed that it was for the Commonwealth at the time because it was vacant, you know what I mean? So then they said that they were going to get it for the Commonwealth. So that was it, done and dusted as far as I knew, and then all of a sudden it appeared in my box rec, and then 2 weeks later apparently I've chatted to fight him and I've pulled out of this fight that I never said that I was taking, you know what I mean? So that was pretty much it. So on the back of that, Sam was working on the WBO European against a boy called Gio Dodo, who had actually fought before, and apparently he could make light fly. So that was getting worked on. WBO had agreed and now sanctioned it for their light flyweight title, and he was to get a win because he'd lost before to Joe Mafosa, so he had to get a win now so that he could fight for the title. And then his manager kept saying to Sam that he's fighting this week, never ever materialised, and it turned out that he was just talking a lot of nonsense and the boy wasn't even scheduled to fight. So that all fell apart, and then there was a boy in the frame called Adam Yahaya who had fought Andrew Selby and had been beat off of Andrew Selby, and then came back and had a win. He had fought a light flyweight, so we'd mentioned him to, I think, the IBO were going to sanction that as an international, IBO international title. And then basically they said, no, listen, we can't sanction that because I wasn't ranked as a light flyweight, only a flyweight. So that kind of bombed out. So it ended up it was going to be an 8-rounder against Yahaya, and then the next fight would be now for the IBO international title. So that was fine. And then basically the following week Sam phoned me and says, listen, now the WBO have said, the WBC have said they'll sanction their international silver title for a fight, but for some reason they knocked back Yahaya. So we went back with Chua, who's like 17-2, and they agreed now that he was a suitable enough opponent for the title. So that's kind of how we ended up at that opponent for this title, do you know what I mean? So fair play to Sam, it was him that done all the work in the background of getting it going, you know. So long story short, that's how we got there, right?
Yeah, and what do you know about John Chu? Have you looked at any previous fights? Is that something that Craig Dixon would do for you? Or?
I think Craig's had a wee look at him, I've had a wee look at him. There's a couple of fights on him on YouTube. There's no much, to be honest with you, mate. There's like 2 or 3 fights. I know that Prince Patel beat him about 3 fights ago or something like that. But obviously that was probably up at bantamweight, do you know what I mean? I'm fighting him at light fly. Don't think he's ever been stopped. I think in the 17 fights he's got like 9 knockouts or something like that. So he's a live opponent, you know what I mean? For what I've seen him, he looks pretty rough. Doesn't look the most refined boxer in the world, but he's went the distance a few times. He's done a lot of rounds. He's a bit more experienced than me, so I think it'll be a good fight, mate. Especially for my first fight at light fly, do you know what I mean? It's a credible opponent for a really good title, so no, I'm looking forward to it.
And what would a win do for you in this fight? Because you're 37 just now, so what aspirations have you got for the next few years before potentially retirement? Have you got any kind of targets in mind?
Not so much, mate. I think it's just like, as I'd said to you before previously, it's just the now, it's all about just kind of getting the big fights, do you know what I mean? Like, I've probably only got, like you say, 2 or 3 left, you know what I mean? So if I get a win in this, it'll put me into the top 15 in the WBC, and then we just sort of look at title fights in the back of that, do you know what I mean? But with it being such a small pool at light flyweight, then you're elevated into now a high position, and if something comes off, it comes off, mate. But I just I can't get motivated today, like now 6 rounders or anything like that anymore. You know, it's got to be something decent, just because of work, because of my age and stuff like that. You know, it's just like I need to be fighting fights that get me up for it. Do you know what I mean? Because if no, I've just not got the time or the patience to put the training in. Do you know what I mean? To fight a 6 rounder that you know you're going to win. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and something I wanted to touch on, and probably the reason I wanted to do the 2 of you together.
Steady.
Why? Was that you were in the corner for Jordan in the British title. How do we do, Jordan?
Me asking people for the board that.
I was just but see when you finish you know, your pro career, is coaching something that you're considering?
Aye, listen, 100%. As daft as it sounds, mate, now we're kind of 7 years in now to me boxing, but that's kind of why I started it. Do you know what I mean? Now, I've played football all my days and got my knees and stuff like that, and now I just started getting into boxing, and I enjoyed the coaching side of it, but I always kind of wanted to fight, because I was like, well, for me, if you're coaching, you need to have been in there, do you know what I mean, and done it and experienced it. So I boxed amateur and stuff, and then I was going to chuck it, and then Peter Harrison now convinced me to go pro, and I've done that now, so I feel like I've had that experience now, that if I'm in a corner, do you know what I mean, or training fighters, then you've kind of been there, seen it, done it, you've done the rounds, you've done the training camps, you've done the weight cuts, you've done the diet, and you know, you can relate to people that are fighting and training now, mentally as well as physically, do you know what I mean? So no, 100%, mate. Once I wrap it, I will get into coaching. Aye.
Are you going to be in Jordan's corner again?
Aye, mate. Aye, I will be. Aye, I mean, Jordan's is pretty much the only one I've done, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So aye, as long as Dicko allows me, aye, I'll be in the corner.
So Jordan, you're confirmed to fight on 15th of June. Lagoon Centre, the headline for that night's Hannah's fighting for the IBO title against Sarah Curran, isn't she? How's your preparations been for the fight? Is that you back in training now?
Yeah, mate, well, I've been back training about three weeks or something, but I've only started really going back to boxing about 2 weeks or something, so I back into training, but fighting it'll be a 6 or 8 rounder, know what I mean, but like the opponents that Sam's obviously given us now they're decent boys, know what I mean, hopefully I get one on what actual take a fight, so it's not like I'll be fighting a journeyman, it'll be a poor fight, like it'll be a good test my next fight for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to touch, if you don't mind, on the Sam Bowen fight. I know it wasn't the result that you wanted, but for me, the respect that you've had after that fight, what was your thoughts on the fight and on your performance?
Yeah, like I think it was a good performance. Not, I mean, I've no spoke to anybody and they've been disappointed the way I boxed and fought and stuff like that, and the way obviously I handled myself at the press conference and stuff like that. So it was a good, as I said, it's my stock's definitely risen and people are obviously thought about me and they know who I am in the division now. Know what I mean? And that's obviously why you take these fights on BT Sport, and obviously to fight Sam Bowen, obviously to get yourself out there, isn't it? Especially when you're in Scotland as well. Yeah,
I think the performance was great that night. I touched on you guys before. I was at an English pub in Surrey and had half of the pub cheering on Jordan, and because of your performance. But something that was highlighted in the night, and I don't know if you've done maybe a video interview or an interview since with you guys in regards to what happened with the referee. I felt personally, and others as well, that you were continually getting warned and he was only focusing on you, and I think that from reports it got to the stage that he was saying that you won't get a purse if you get pulled out of there. Is that right?
Aye, that was right. Obviously you hear me talk about it, like him saying it to me with the cameras on him, and then you hear me going back to the corner and saying that I'm a man, I've got to get paid here, because obviously that's what he's saying. But there was times that I've watched the fight and that back again, and there was times that Bowen was getting into trouble for hitting the back of the head, and I'm sure it was like the first round he get a lot into trouble for it, and then he continually went on and punched me in the back of the head, and that's how the madman was hitting the canvas. Know what I mean? That's how he was hitting the ring, because he's still punching you in the back of the head when obviously you're going like up and down. Know what I mean? And then the ref's not saying anything from it, and then obviously if I'd done something, the referees wanted to jump in my case, and then he was saying I was a lunatic.
Did that affect your performance then? Once you
definitely, when obviously, well, that's obviously what ended up happening. He's obviously saying to me, you better stop it, and then usually when I was trying to get in tight, when I'm doing that and Bowen's like throwing the punches, he's just jumped in. But for me it was still a very soft stoppage, know what I mean? Like I wasn't, at that time when he stopped it, I wasn't getting hit with any big shots. He was like wee scuffing shots and he stopped it. Like for me, he was just kind of looking for a bit of an excuse, isn't it? He'd try and get you out there and just annoy your performance a wee bit, because like when people were talking to me, oh the referee's this and that, but that was your tactics, you know what I mean? You even hear like the commentators talking on it, McCorry's got his tactics spot on here, like the way we were fighting Bowen and stuff like that, because there was stuff that Bowen ended up doing in the fight that I fought him that he had to adjust his style to obviously fight us, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Ross, what was your take on the referee that night?
I just thought it was really poor, mate. I think like pretty much what Jordan said there was spot on, and now what you captured there as well, like as of the 7th round, everything kind of did change, do you know what I mean? Because when you're threatening somebody to say that they're not going to get paid, then obviously it's affected his mindset, do you know what I mean? So he's come back to the corner and said that, and we're trying to say to him, listen, don't worry about that, just go out and do what you're doing. But straight away, he's had 2 points deducted, do you know what I mean? One more, you're probably going to get disqualified, you're at risk of not getting paid. So whenever he would maybe go to throw a body shot, he'd think twice about it, because he knows if I throw this low, I'll maybe get another point off. Whenever Bowen came in close, he didn't want to hold him, because again, he'll maybe get a point off and then disqualified. So I think you noticed the change from the 7th to the 9th round of the way Jordan boxed compared to the first 6 rounds before he was getting that warning. And like he touched on, you know, it was like Bowen seemed in, and listen, no discredit to Bowen, because Bowen fought really well, but it seemed that he could pretty much do anything he want, and he wasn't going to get a warning, he wasn't going to get a point and a half, he wasn't going to get anything, but yeah, anything that he done was highlighted, do you know what I mean? Whether it was a holding, whether it was a low blow, it was like points straight away, do you know what I mean? No too many warnings before you go straight to the point, do you know what I mean? It just seemed like, I think he's got history for that as well, do you know what I mean? Now, I just thought it was a really poor performance by a ref that didn't really have to get involved in the fight, do you know what I mean? Now, it wasn't like a really nasty, bad intentions fight, do you know what I mean? The two of them were working away, the two of them were boxing well, so there was no need for him to sort of interfere with the fight as much as he did, you know what I mean? I just felt like he put himself in the limelight when he didn't have to. He could have just allowed the fight to flow, better than now what he did.
Yeah. And what happened with you, the British Boxing Board of Control?
Touch wood, nothing, mate. I've not heard anything yet. They took my badge number and stuff like that on the night, you know, which usually means that you'll get
Is that for your dress sense, or was that for the
No, I wasn't wearing this that night, you know.
Wearing the green and white for
I was
the
wearing the
times,
green and
that was
white, aye, so I got away with that, mate, to be honest with you, but nah, I've not heard anything yet, so fingers crossed I won't.
You'll see what happens. Jordan, see, it seems to me that fighting away from home, it doesn't really phase you. You fought in Geneva, you fought in Leicester. You're going to be fighting in a 6 rounder, you know, tick away, but do you see yourself now as a British title contender?
Aye, for sure. Like I've said, I can't remember who I was speaking to. Like, obviously I've been pro now for about 6 years or something, and like when you're not getting a shot and stuff like that, and then you rack up a few wins, then you get beat. So you start to question whether you're at that level, know what I mean? Whether you're going to get a chance, or like if you're good enough to obviously fight at that level. You know, before that, like they were touting Bowen as if like before that, his fight before that when he fought the Argentinian, this boy's going to go on and win a world title by the end of the year. And like I actually said that to him in the ring after that. I said, you won't go on and win a world title this year. Like, don't get me wrong, I think he's a good boy and stuff like that, but like for me, my performance was good, that it made him look quite average, know what I mean? Like, after that fight, just gave me a bit of confidence to go like, aye, definitely, I belong at this level, know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And would you like to fight maybe in Scotland for a major title? Because it seems that it's always away from home, and sometimes the judges maybe aren't your side, or the referee possibly in your last fight.
Aye, definitely, but well, like as I said, when you're in Scotland, sometimes you don't get this chance to obviously fight up in Scotland. You have to go elsewhere to try and get a shot, and then obviously that's what's happened with the Bowen fight. But I didn't even know as well, like when I'm in fighting Bowen and they're announcing you and they've looked at, they said this is a rest for the judges this evening. It was like 3 English judges, and at that point you're like, let's be honest, I'm not going to win the fight here, am I? Know what I mean? So when it's 3 English judges, so aye, just one of the ones.
Yeah. And what's your plans for this year then? You've got this fight on the 15th of June. Would you like to challenge for a title after that fight?
Definitely, like hopefully everything goes well this fight, I win this fight, good performance again, and then just try and charge on for there. Like as I said, I'm still in obviously top 10 in Britain now, so hopefully like Archie Sharp's get obviously a WBO, so like somebody like that, or even fight like Woodstock or something, but you want to fight somebody with a belt. Like I know Tennyson stepped up to lightweight and he had the Commonwealth title, so hopefully if I can fight for something like that and try and then get my name in the mix again, fight for the British title again.
Brilliant. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I would encourage anyone to reach out to Ross or Jordan for tickets for the upcoming fights, or potentially maybe some tracksuits off of Ross.
I definitely have anyway. Terrible colours.
When are you next going to Turkey, Ross?
I think after this fight I'll go. I need to bring back trackies and fags as well. It needs fags.
I might join you for a hair up, I think. So yeah, anyone tuning in, reach out to Ross and Jordan for tickets, and thanks very much for coming over, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
I was going to say, is that way you got your teeth done as well?